Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at Tahaka. Finds the Abathur top lane. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the big show tonight. We have an epic matchup here in round 1 between FWC eSports and Chicken Nuggets ready to go for you. Currently hanging out in lobby, I have 9 of my 10 players here right now. FWC is waiting on one more to arrive. I believe he is walking a dog or something. But welcome. I am your host for the evening. I'm Murda. If you don't know me, I am the Storm Division moderator for NGS. I do a ton of other things. I'm sure you've seen me around, maybe most notably as the founder of Regen. So tonight, though, it's Storm Division. All eyes on the reigning champions from the Heroic Division last season, which was the top tier in Nexus Gaming Series. Formerly known as 2+2, FWC eSports is entering Season 5 as the reigning champs. And they picked up a sponsor in the off-season in FWC eSports. And I know McNulty, the captain, was very excited when it happened, this whole team. We have Croven, Axon, Raytor, and I believe Raven is also a part of this team. All super excited for their chance to have a sponsorship. They've been playing a lot of open division, doing pretty well there. And NGS Season 5 kicking off. Tonight is the moment for them to show if they still have what it takes to be champions. Going up against a brand new team to NGS, entering the Storm Division right away. It's Chicken Nuggets, headed by the Captain Houdini, and hopefully for himself he can be a Harry Houdini tonight, pull off some magic up against these reigning champs. He's joined by Honest Abe, August, Eton, and Drunk Dwarf this evening. So looking to see some fun stuff out of this new squad. I got a chance to speak with Houdini before the match during the coin flip, and he said, maybe there'll be a bit of cheese tonight. I'm gonna pull out some fresh cheddar for everyone. So let me check in on these teams really quick. I'm still, of course, waiting on one. We are 2 minutes late. I believe they have another 13 minutes according to the official rules. But we will be back when we have this lobby filled up, and I will let you guys know what's going on. All right, appreciate your patience. All right, and we are ready to go. Without further ado, game number 1 of FWC eSports versus Chicken Nuggets. And we're headed to Infernal Shrines for game number 1. Let me tell you what happened during the coin toss. We had FWC as the home team today. Heads was the call, but tails was the flip, so Chicken Nuggets got to have option of first map selection. First, they banned away Volskaya Foundry. FWC banned out Dragonshire. Chicken Nuggets is going with Infernal Shrines here for game number 1. And map number 2 is going to be Towers of Doom. But here on Infernal Shrines, these teams want to get off to a quick start, because here in Season 5, every map counts for 1 point in the standings, regardless of dominations. It's 1 point per map, so every single map counts just as much as any other. And getting a split now, it can really set you back if you're trying to take a lead in your division. There's so many more teams than there were in Season 4, as we see Jim Rayner, the first ban here by FWC eSports. But there's so many more teams now here in Season 5 that keeping a lead over your competitors in the division standings is a little bit harder to do, especially considering that you don't get points for those dominations, as Deckard Kane was the ban there from Chicken Nuggets.
New follower detected.
I do want to say a huge thank you. I've gotten so many follows already. Eton, Bobafitos, Bernie Burn 666, X August, Zucchini, Honest Abe 34, and just now Spray and Pray Eric. Thank you so much for stopping in this evening. You guys are in for a treat here with these two teams. Urel, the next ban for FWC eSports. So far it looks like these teams are very comfortable getting rid of the top meta heroes on this map. I think Diablo even fits the bill for that. His lightning breath can be so dominant inside the shrines. Getting rid of heroes like Rayner and Urel that can really swing the tide of battles. Rayner is so strong right now with his auto attacking, and getting value out of the extra slows with Ace in the Hole at level 1 is just so good. Deckard Kane here, you see the ban on the other side. His potions inside the pit, outstanding. I'm not going to be surprised to see Alex Straza, and there it is already. Alex Straza, the first pick off the top from FWC eSports, and right away, excuse me, without hesitation, Jaina and Garrosh are the two first picks here for Chicken Nuggets. I like Garrosh. I think in the proper situation, you land that taunt on top of a Jaina Blizzard, and you can really take care of almost anyone with that much frost damage. And picks are flying in. This time it's Johanna and Azmodan, and Azmodan has really defined himself recently as a hero who is picked often and wins often. He stacks so quickly now compared to his old kit, and late game on a map like Infernal Shrines, Azmodan can become a wrecking ball, and his Globes of Annihilation will be able to chunk down the likes of a Jaina with ease. So she's going to have to hope to want to get that ice block a little bit early. We see Dahaka, the final ban here for Chicken Nuggets. But Azmodan can be scary, and I think it's going to limit a bit of what Chicken Nuggets can try to do at this point, because his siege pressure, the damage potentially has on squishy targets. Very, very scary hero, especially in the hands of FWC here. Final ban of the map, and it's going to be Zeratul, getting rid of the stealth assassin Zeratul. I think he's definitely pretty good. Pairing him with the Jaina, I think, is actually kind of scary, because she can apply a lot of slows, a lot of burst damage, and having him available to get the finishing touches on some of those, definitely not what FWC wanted to go up against. But they will have to face off against a Phoenix and a Maiev here with the 3-4 picks from Chicken Nuggets, and that gives plenty of options now to the Chicken Nuggets, because they're going to get that Warden's Cage. They could potentially drop a Planet Cracker inside, or they can just stick with the Purification Salvo. But those are two very deadly assassins, and you're already adding it to what you have in a Jaina, just leaving their support pick for last, as now we see Cassia to help counter up against the Phoenix, and Sonya for that solo lane here. and her ability inside the pit to pick up these skeletal defenders. Sonya can be dominant and can essentially solo the whole thing by herself. If her team finds opportunity to push out a lane after some kills, you can just leave the Sonya back, find your skeletal defenders, make that push to make the Punisher have that much easier of a time down the lane. I love seeing Sonya here on Infernal. And the final pick, it's gonna be the Orc Man, Rhaegar, in the Christmas suit. Welcome to map number 1, Rhaegar, and a healer that now you're seeing Malfurion make it through this draft. And I was gonna say, Rhaegar kind of moving up the meta a bit. You saw the nerfs recently to Stukov, which is helping further solidify the fact that there's just a lack of supports at the top tier. So a little bit surprising not seeing Malfurion, but I guess they want to protect up against that burst that Azmodan can provide, and Rhaegar is exactly that. His ancestral heal, of course, is going to be paired very nicely with Garrosh. So solid choice there with the final selection on support. It's going to be Rhaegar. They're also going to have a cleanse, which should help out just a bit too. But here we go. Map number 1 loading up here. FWC eSports, formerly known as 2+2, your reigning Nexus Gaming Series champions from the Heroic Division last season. This is their first showing in Season 5. Will they keep up their torrent that they've shown here in NGS? Alright, and glad to say Aliabs is working this evening, so welcome back to an official overlay. Here on the left-hand side, it are your reigning champions, FWC eSports. We have Kroven on the Cassia. Raytor is going to be playing Alex Straza. Johanna is going to be played by McNulty, the captain. Raytor on, I already said that, Flyest Raven on the Sonya, and Axon on the Azmodan. Over on the right-hand side, we have newcomers to NGS, Chicken Nuggets, Eton on Maiev. August is on the Rhaegar. Drunk Dwarf going to be playing Garrosh today. Jaina will be sported by the Captain Houdini, and Honest Abe rounding it out on the Phoenix. All right, talents up on your screen right now as we see FWC eSports taking a 1-3-1 split off the bat here. Phoenix going to head up top up against the Sonya, and here in mid lane we do see 4 currently with the Jaina having such an easy time clearing out this wave. It's going to mean that FWC is going to play a little bit slow. Of course, they have this Azmodan, so naturally they're going to want to be playing a bit slow, stack him up, and wait till the late game and not look for too much too early with this style of composition, as I think they're going to be a lot more deadly, obviously, later in the game, but also they're going to shine on these shrines. Having that Alex Straza, having that Lifebinder if they want to go into it, we'll see. But expect a bit of patience here out of FWC as we see the siege camp spawning in 1 second. Who's going to go for him? Looks like Chicken Nuggets getting a quick jump on theirs, and FWC waiting for now, going to clear out the wave, make sure they don't miss XP, stack up that Azmodan, and then head over to the siege camp right now. But Garrosh knows they're there. We'll see if he wants to call the team in. Drunk Dwarf is definitely has an eye that this is going on. There's a flip over onto the Johanna. She has Iron Skin back to safety. McNulty surviving for now. But this is leaving Kroven and Raytor all by themselves on this siege camp. Avoidance pings are being thrown out by FWC, and here come the Chicken Nuggets. Abundance on top of the point, going to keep him sturdy for now. Eton falling low, but so is Kroven, and that's going to be first blood of the game on Cassia. FWC eSports falling down first and making a double kill there for Chicken Nuggets, as they did not get out of that siege camp area soon enough, and a fantastic invade by newcomers to NGS. Chicken Nuggets showing that they are ready to play up against these former champions. Over here at mid, we do have 6 of these Khazra siege camp minions, mercenaries, pushing down the first tower and this wall already, taking that level 4 lead. Talent's still up on your screen. And this is not the type of start that FWC wants. You even see Sonya up top having some trouble up against the Phoenix, doing a really good job so far, as the Merc pressure is going to continue here from Chicken Nuggets. They're getting this Bruiser camp out. Should be pretty well timed with the Shrine activating on the bottom side in just 23 seconds as the rotations continue. Keep an eye on these Azmodan stacks. Sitting at 61 right now, 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this game, as we see this bottom camp taken away now by FWC eSports. And that should help a bit, but they're not going to have that pressure up top. Sonya's going to have to stay late potentially here to clear up that bruiser camp unless they want to give up even more in that top lane, as they are currently down a full level. They're about to lose this tower if they don't clear out mid, and they're going to do that. But Shrine is active, and first crack looks like it's going to be Chicken Nuggets activating it. There's August on that Rhaegar, putting on his lightning shield, spinning around on there, and they're going to get this early jump in with level 7s just around the corner. Phoenix still staying top, looking for those camps, but wow, great dunk there by Asmo to steal away some, putting FWC at 7. But the delay is going to have to come out, or FWC is going to have to look for a fight, because 6.5 is the level right now for Chicken Nuggets. And once level 7 clicks in, I would imagine FWC wants to play it just a little bit slower. But here comes McNulty on that Johanna, going to walk in the pit, throw a condemn out, and then right back out, because 37, 38, 39, and 40 have been clicked in here for Chicken Nuggets. And it's going to be a Frozen Punisher pushing down this bottom lane with level 7 talents intact for the Chicken Nuggets. There it is, leaping over the wall on top of Cassia. The frozen circle's coming out, but Krovan doing a great job kiting him back. Here comes Maiev, and Garrosh. There's a stun sitting inside the Blizzard now is Krovan, but he's alive for now. Gonna get frozen here, but no follow-up, as Asmodan doing a pretty good job chasing back the members of Chicken Nuggets. I think those towers were shooting them as well, so this Punisher is going to be cleared out, but the wall is likely going to fall. No, it's very close, sitting at, looks like 273 health for now, so surviving is that tower. Up top is still a fight between Sonya and Honest Abe on that Phoenix, as camps are respawning. Both teams jumping on them quickly. Try to get them both on your screen for you. Level 7's finally picked up there by FWC, and they are ready to start making moves. Not going to be able to invade at that time. You saw Drunk Dwarf trying to get in there in time, but didn't quite make it. He's going to toss around some members and hope he can pick off a little bit here, but not nearly enough abundance. Going to get Krovan back up to a reasonable amount of health there. And now it's just a patience game. It's still got to be it for FWC. They're behind right now. They can look for fights, but it's 154 right now for a Gluttony Asmodan. That should definitely help later on, having the level 1 talent, but for now, a little tough stacking. Not as easy to clear out the minions, but he's getting the help of Johanna. Pairs so nicely with Asmodan. And you can see that he's stacking relatively quickly. 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, sitting at 168. So he'll have that quest completed here before the second shrine activates, by my best guesses. There's a great toss by Garrosh, throwing him into his entire team. Umbral pulling back Johanna once again, but has Iron Skin. Back to safety. Gets a quick heal there from Alex Straza. Back up to full is McNulty, and the rotations continue here for Asmodan and Johanna, looking to continue the stacks. 177. This should put him at 190. So quickly grabbing 13 there is Asmodan. Sonya hopping on a camp on top. This bruiser camp bottom side. We see Chicken Nuggets grabbing a camp for themselves as they're looking to continue the destruction on this bottom fort. They have their level 10. Here comes a 4-man stack up by Chicken Nuggets. It is a purification salvo from Phoenix, so does not have a global on a Planet Cracker here, so he is out of this fight, but they're going to be able to push forward, having those 10s, knowing that Asmodan's mid. Sonya was still top. They're going to take this fort for free. Continue walking forward. Umberbind on Johanna. Still has that Iron Skin. Not going to pop it, but there it is. Pops it and is calling in for some support. Here's Asmodan waiting in the vent. Going to see if he can find anything, as Chicken Nuggets is starting to back off for now. Asmodan is going to continue his stacks, and he did finish his gluttony. He's sitting at 214 right now, so doing a pretty good job there. Jaina very low on her Frostbite talent for 7 minutes and 10 seconds in, only sitting at 1,942 stacks, as we see Cassia finally capture the camp here on the top side, the bruiser camp for FWC eSports. But they find themselves in a position in this game. They are currently down, and they've lost a fort down that full level right now. Bruiser camp being matched on the side of Chicken Nuggets. But this time, it's going to be FWC making first move in here. We'll see if they can make use of a dragon this time. They haven't popped it once in the game. There's Numberbind. The pullback is actually negated, as Cassia's heroic is notoriously bugged right now. There should have been a full pull on the garage, but instead it's now a Warden's Cage from Maiev looking for damage as we do see that huge Purification salvo. Gonna finish off 2. They lose 2 of their own, but they're likely gonna get Axon right now as Asmodan finally falls, and Johanna is going to find a kill on the Phoenix. So it ends up being a 3-for-3, 23-12 right now in the pit. But it's a Alex Strazen here. Didn't use her Dragon Queen that entire time. Might have come to effect if she had popped it, but we didn't end up seeing it. And instead, it's 3 heroes on each side dead. They're all about to be spawning. Phoenix the last one, 3 seconds away from him rejoining this battle. But Asmodan's going to make it here. Remember, he does have those globes that are starting to hurt. It's going to do a lot of damage. He can pretty much one-shot out the Skeletal Defender. So once it gets close and they stack up, expect to see that toss. And here we go. Sonya spinning. Here comes the Globe of Annihilation. Gonna finish it off for FWC eSports. They're likely going to lose their Sonya, and they do. They're also going to lose Johanna. A double kill with level 13 talents for Chicken Nuggets, and they're looking for more. Kroven in trouble. Drunk Dwarf looking for it, but gonna back off. Wants to take care of this Punisher instead. 7-3 on the kills right now, and there they are on your screen. Maiev sitting with 4 and 0 deaths. A huge raid there from Pro. Thank you so much, my friend, and welcome NGSers to FWC eSports versus Chicken Nuggets. Currently, we see newcomers to NGS Chicken Nuggets with a 1-level lead. They're up 7-3 in kills, and they've shown that they're going to take it right to the teeth of the reigning champions FWC eSports here in this matchup. As once again, they're invading the siege camp. Early in the game, they're able to take it away and find some kills. Flyest Raven in trouble on that Sonya and is gonna fall once again. Now 3 deaths on the board for Sonya, as Chicken Nuggets are potentially looking for more here. McNulty has to back up. Doesn't have Iron Skin right now, so had to pop that Blessed Shield to make sure Garrosh did not press any further up on her. And the camp is stolen away for the 2nd time in the game. Chicken Nuggets dominating the Merc battles right now, but this is a composition from FWC once again. They have this Asmodan now sitting at 313 stacks, waiting for the late game. As you see, these globes are starting to really rip through Phoenix. As that time, the Valkyrie gonna connect full, and pulling back that Phoenix is enough to secure a very much needed kill there for FWC. They now have 4 kills on the board. They have a bit of a power play right now on even talents, potentially looking to invade this, but with that Blizzard, they're going to grab it just in time. Our Houdini, August, and Drunk Dwarf. And FWC a little bit perturbed that they weren't able to get there in time, so instead they're just going to clear this up. Keep Asmodan back to continue clearing away. Notable, he did not take his Black Pool talent. Instead, it's Demonic Invasion. I don't think it's called Black Pool. Someone correct me in chat what that new talent's called. But instead, he's going with Demonic Invasion, and we'll see what kind of value he's going to get out of that here in this map. Whether it's just going to help them later on clearing some of the Punishers. Flyest Raven once again getting caught out there by 4 members of Chicken Nuggets. And you can see he's having just a rough time today. Now 4 deaths on the board. He's been struggling early game up against the Phoenix, but that time it was just a full rotation coming out. Phoenix not even a part of it. So definitely feeling bad right now for Flyest Raven, as he's definitely struggling to find his footing. Went into the Wrath here in this game, the Whirlwind build, and doesn't really have an escape. He did take the Mystical Spear as a form of escape now at level 13. We can see him click in finally. But he's got to find a way to stay alive. He's got to find the protection, and you know, having Cleansing Flame over the Lifebinder from the Alexstrasza is just one less tool to keep Sonya alive, as 396 stacks now for Asmodan. He is 1 wave away from completing that, as Shrine number 3 is activating here on the bottom side. Top Camp Bruiser just taken away by Chicken Nuggets. Sonya is going to be up here to clear it, as well as Johanna, Alexstrasza, and Asmodan. The whole team's rotating. I think they know they have to give this one up. They're going to look for value elsewhere. Here's Phoenix in defense, making sure nothing is free. There's no free lunches here in NGS in the Storm Division, and Honest Abe is going to keep them honest up here in this top lane for now. Bottom side, it is 20 Skeletal Defenders already, as Maiev is being left alone to clear. Here comes a fight on the top side. Garrosh tossing back Fly Straven again. Here comes the Valkyrie running into a wall though as Garrosh, he's alive for now, gets the Ancestral, but Rhaegar falling very low and is going to die to that demonic invasion drop from Axon. So first kill in this fight belongs to FWC, and they find a double kill. Now looking for more with that Cleansing Flame on top of Garrosh, and Drunk Dwarf is not going to survive this, completely swarmed by FWC, and they find a triple kill in the top lane. But right now, bottom lane, this Punisher's been taking a Mortar Punisher, pushing down on a lane that does not have a fort. So this keep walls in trouble, and here comes the backs from FWC as they're going to be here in defense. So Maev's going to back off, join up with Jaina, steal away a siege camp, give away this clear to FWC as they were not happy with losing that triple kill up on the top side to FWC. We're now sitting on even talents, even levels, 7-9 in the kill department. And thank you, Tempest. It is called Black Pool. Appreciate you. The ult is called Tide of Sin. Thank you. Got it. Got it. So here we go. Back at mid, Johanna leading the way, trying to pull these mercs a little bit closer to the tower so they can start getting shot on, but they're going to get all their spears off and put this at, I call that about 20% health. Right side, we do see another siege camp being grabbed there by Chicken Nuggets. Top side still being pushed by this Phoenix, finding value where no one is at right now. FWC all stacked here in the bottom side, and they are looking for something as they know they need to start finding kills. They're still behind about a half level, it looks like. And this mid is under pressure because there is a siege camp coming. But here comes the Warden's King. He's going to connect on top of Cassie. She gets taunted by that Warlord's Challenge from Garrosh. But here comes the Cleansing Flame. Going to keep him alive for now. Great blessed shield and a huge dunk by Axon. Looking to finish off these heroes. Houdini's very low. Already used the Ice Block. Gets a cleanse now from Rhaegar. Houdini backing up. There's the Valkyrie missing. But what is not missing is that Globe of Annihilation from Axon. Going to find the first kill in the fight. And it's on top of that Jaina. So Axon doing a fantastic job. Fully stacked. Finding blood on a hero I said would be vulnerable to Asmodan. And it's the Jaina. He saw the ice pop was, the ice block was popped. And found another dunk on top. And now a little bit of desperation from Maev and Garrosh here. Looking for Fly Straven once again on that Sonya. He does have the Whirlwind build. See if he can get some health back in a spear away for now. Purification Salvo only connecting onto 2. Here's Johanna pushing forward. 13 seconds away from that Blessed Shield. Not going to be able to chase this down, but they might find Phoenix as Honest Abe was not in a great spot. Going to warp away, but ooh, barely misses getting speared there by Flyest. Raven will survive for now. Now up top, Dunks connecting once again. A fend there from Kroven, not enough to finish off Garrosh. Very low and very tenacious right now from FWC, as you can see them really starting to turn the throttle up here in the mid game. 18-18, almost dead even on XP. A bruiser camp being taken away for now by FWC, and on the bottom side it's just more XP soak here from Honest Abe and August. Sorry about that, had to take a quick sip of water as we see the bruiser camp was taken by FWC. This bottom side Khazra camp will be taken by Honest Abe and August. Shrine's gonna be up top though, so someone is gonna have to get down here, clear out this Khazra camp that's pushing down bottom lane. Already missing this wall here, so that is potential keep damage. McNulty waiting here for Drunk Dwarf. Drunk Dwarf does walk in the bend, is found out, throws back Johanna, but here comes an Umberbind onto. Not gonna pull him back as they were blocked by that wall. Kroven falling low. Here's the Cleansing Flame from Alex Straza. Gonna disengage her team for now as the Shrine is active top side. This bruiser camp is still pushing. McNulty potentially gonna walk it forward a bit. They know they have to be aggressive. 19.5 is the level right now for Chicken Nuggets, and FWC is either gonna have to find this Punisher quick or get out of dodge quick, because once 20s are clicked in, they are not going to have much option. 19 and 90% right now as they're looking for more on Johanna, but Iron Skin back to safety. Here's Valkyrie connecting on Jaina, but the taunt is going to shut down any sort of damage that Cassie was about to do. And now level 20s are almost here, and there they are, level 20s on the board. And that's the dragon popped out by Rachor and his Alex Straza, so they're going to be able to back up. FWC only sitting at 18 skeletal defenders for now, so gonna be able to get back in here are Chicken Nuggets, but not if they lose this Maiev. She has the vault of the Wardens back to safety. Now gonna leap away. August is low as well. He doesn't have an ancestral heal, but they find Kroven and Cassia, the first to fall in this fight, but 39 make it 40 for FWC. At least for them, they're walking away with this Punisher, but they might. Oh wow, Flyest Raven picking up a kill, but we saw Phoenix finish off Alexstrasza, looking for more kills as a Punisher, and now August could be in trouble. Where's his leap? What is the Punisher doing? He left the kill wide open on August, and instead, Rhaegar and Garrosh, along with Phoenix, are able to scoot away through the Fog of War back to safety, but the Punisher is here, and this is potential keep damage that FWC could be grabbing. Instead, looks like they're going to rotate down to this mid lane, take out this fort, find damage elsewhere, as they are not willing to push forward up against that defense that Phoenix, Rhaegar, and Garrosh were about to throw out on that top fort. They're going to find a siege camp. It looks like it's being pinged by McNulty. Axon, of course, can rip through it right now if he wants to with some globes. Flyest Raven, though, going to work on this wall, as I believe FWC might have their first XP lead of the game if they can get some of these structures down here. Johanna with her Holy Fire is, or it's called Holy Fury, excuse me, able to rip through that camp by herself. And it's going to give opportunity for Flyest Raven and Axon to do damage here in this bottom lane. They got through that wall and the well, so that will definitely help them. No more wells on the inner portion of the map for Chicken Nuggets at this point, as we see the next shrine will be spawning in the middle position here. It's going to be a mortar shrine up next. More camp pressure coming out now. McNulty going to hold down the vent. The rest of the team of FWC looking to grab this bottom siege camp as quickly as possible. Still don't know where Chicken Nuggets are, as they're showing here in mid, clearing out a merc camp they got earlier. Should give opportunity to start sieging down this bottom fort, as they have a camp here. Do they want to look for a fight? Again, we're dead even now on XP. That's as close as it gets. 21 to 21, and just a sliver for each team, as we do see the rotation coming here from FWC. The dunks are starting to really hurt this late in the game. Sonya's still holding her 20 for now, but we do see the Cleansing Flame upgrade, which would give her a mini Dragon Queen upon landing, so that will definitely help with the pressure inside of these shrines. Alexstrasza becomes an absolute monster, quite literally, at level 20 with that talent. And on a map like Infernal Shrines, it can make all the difference. So we'll see. Ooh, as we do see that bottom fort falling to the siege camp. A bit of free XP there for FWC. But you can tell these teams, they're simply waiting for the next shrine. No one wants to get picked off at this point in the game. Veteran squads, and patience is a virtue. So expect to see some bush sitting around, as we see McNulty holding that one down. Raytor not too far behind. Flyest Raven is the one sent to worry about clearing things up. Camp timer is still a minute 30 over here, minute on the right side, so not much to take in terms of camps, but there's a bruiser camp spawning. Looks like Johanna, Axon, Raytor, they're all making this rotation onto this bruiser camp. Do they want to take this? Looks like they're gonna go for it, as they see that heroes from Chicken Nuggets are bottom lane, but look at Chicken Nuggets. I think they know what's going on, and they're gonna put pressure on this bottom keep, and potentially catapult time here for Chicken Nuggets, as the backs are not coming out, and it looks like it might be a race top side. This is FWC looking for a keep of their own, and this might be a push, as Chicken Nuggets are heading to core with that water elemental down. Phoenix already ripping through the shielding on the top side. Here's a demonic invasion from Asmodan, which is ripping through 60% on the left, 60% on the right, but it looks like this one's going to be handed over to the Chicken Nuggets, picking up map number 1 on an epic core race there at the end. Both teams wanting to go for it, but Chicken Nuggets getting the better end of that value meal there. And game number 1 does belong to your NGS newcomers, Chicken Nuggets. So here is your match summary, brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series, and boy does it tell a tale, because Asmodan, look at his hero damage, top in the game in siege damage, top in the game in XP. A very valuable hero. Axon played it really well, but Again, Chicken Nuggets coming in with this fresh blood, a new look. Didn't even have to pull out any cheese and took it straight to the teeth of our reigning champs. 12-10 in kills. An epic core race at the end. Hopefully someone got that clipped and thrown in the highlight channel over on the NGS Discord already. But that's it for game number 1. Chicken Nuggets up 1-0 here in this Storm Division matchup. We'll be back in 5 minutes with map number 2. It's going to be Towers of Doom. All right, NGS, we are back, sitting in lobby right now. I think we're waiting on a few of these teams to be fully prepared for the second draft here on Towers of Doom. While we have a moment, I want to alert you that I'm trying to get up to the 100 subscriber goal on YouTube. So if you could do me a favor, follow the Nightbot link in chat, click the link, hit subscribe for your boy Murda. If you appreciate me casting these matches for you, it really helps me, and every click on my YouTube page is helping me reach that goal. Definitely appreciate all of you stopping in. Currently 33 sitting here in the chat for now. I'm going to check if these teams are ready, and hopefully we can get draft number 2 started as quickly as possible. Make sure you're staying tuned tonight for the double header. Later on, I'm bringing you a Division B West matchup between Make 7 Up Yours and Rush B. So stay tuned for that. Teams are ready to go. We're going to head into draft number 2.
Towers of Doom.
All right, so map number 1 over on Infernal. We ended up seeing a lot of the meta-type heroes banned away. Rainer, Yarel, Zeratul, Deckard Cain, Diablo, and Dahaka. We'll see if any of that continues here. Towers of Doom, I can definitely see a lot of the same, especially Yarel. I could definitely see a Dahaka ban here as well. No rhyming intended there. Heroes that stood out to me were Azmodan. Did a fantastic job in game number 1, especially late game, but just wasn't quite enough with that demonic invasion on the core rush. So you saw what ended up being Chicken Nuggets taking that thrilling finish on Infernal Shrines. Here they are, though, with the first ban, and they're going to get rid of Azmodan. So they do not want to see that ever again, at least not tonight. And Azmodan will be banned away by the Nuggets that love to be dipped in your favorite sauce. And let me know, what is your favorite sauce? Twitch chat. Is it the, like the Szechuan sauce that was secret there for a bit? Yarel's the ban here. A little honey mustard, maybe some ranch or barbecue, some buffalo, Polynesian, sweet and sour, kind of the same thing. There's that Dahaka ban I mentioned, and the Yarel as well. Again, I rhymed, and I'm I'm sorry. You hate to see it. I'm a poet. But let me know, what's your favorite sauce? I'm interested, because if it's me, I might be getting 2 sauces. I might want to dip here. I might want to dip there. Thank you for that YouTube subscription. I saw one come in. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name, as it's like Der Vorsitzenzer. I butchered it. We're not going to see a butcher in this draft, though, so don't get too excited. Abathur, the final ban in this first set of bans. Deckard Cain makes it through and is selected off the top here by Chicken Nuggets. And we didn't see him map number 1 because he was banned away by Chicken Nuggets. This is opening up some new stuff, though. Muradin, Zeratul for FWC, and that can be scary. Sometimes Zeratul just appears out of nowhere. You are thinking you have an eye on him, and then he blinks around. He Vorpal loops back on top of you. So we will see what type of player they have in a Zeratul here, as Garrosh Jaina combo once again. They liked it in game number 1. They're going back to it here on Towers of Doom. Our Chicken Nuggets, see if they can take that combo back to another victory here and take the 2-0. Ban phase number 2, final ban of the evening for FWC. Already banning out Yarel and Abathur, looking to add one more to this list of heroes. 3 seconds on the clock, and they're going to go with Blaze. Blaze kind of taking a step back as of late, with Yarel really taking his spot in what was a pretty popular pick in Blaze, having that bunker on such a short cooldown, the defensive protection that it provides, and the ability to swing through and protect against a lot of burst. Made Blaze such a strong hero, but you're seeing more and more Yarel, and now you've seen 3 dominant solo laners banned out, as well as now an Alex Straza, who got some pretty decent value in game number 1. But the solo lane is now getting deep. We'll see if they want to move into like the Phoenix here, as it's still available. The Sonya they had in game number 1, do they want to put Flyest Raven back on that after a bit of struggles, to say the least, over on Infernal Shrines. Picks 3 and 4, though. FWC eSports are going to go with Genji, and they're going to take away that Rhaegar we saw on the other side. So first time we're seeing Genji, who I didn't mention actually made it through that entire draft. No pick, no ban in map number 1. We finally see him enter in the stat column here with a pick on the side of FWC eSports. Final selections for Chicken Nuggets. They're going to take that Sonya and they're going to add to it a Medivh. So, is this the type of cheese they were talking about earlier pregame? Is Medivh a cheese? I don't think he quite qualifies. And so, instead, a little extra protection to provide along with the potions from Deckard. Chicken Nuggets have a rounded out draft here. But their assassin damage is coming from Jaina. It's essentially a hyper carry comp. Junkrat, final pick here, gonna stick away from this Garrosh. And now that we have a look at both of these rosters, who do you think's gonna win? If you think it's gonna be FWC, throw out hashtag FWC in chat. If you think it's gonna be Chicken Nuggets taking the 2-0, throw out hashtag CN in chat. I'm going to take a short run to fill up my water bottle really quick, and you guys listen to the sounds of the Nexus. All right, I'm back. We're still in this loading phase, but no longer are we in a loading phase, as we are in map number 2, and once again on the left hand side is FWC eSports. McNulty the captain on Muradin, Flyest Raven switching over to Zeratul for this one. Krovan gonna be playing Junkrat, Raytor on Rhaegar, and Axon will be on that Rainbow Mohawk mount with his Genji. Seconds. Over on the right-hand side, we see the Game 1 winners taking the upset. It's Chicken Nuggets, Eton on Sonya, Drunk Dwarf once again on Garrosh, Houdini once again on Jaina. August going to pick up his Deckard Cain, and up in the air is Honest Abe on the Medivh. Always hard remembering the players' names and then seeing Medivh, and you don't get the name bar over top when he's in Raven form to start the game. So, a little caster trick. Just head over to the tab screen, take a look. Level 1 talents, throw them up on your screen. This is the Perfect Storm from Muradin, looking to pick up his Q damage and Q stack. Sapphire from Deckard Cain. That is the Warbreaker from Garrosh, and I believe this is Portal Mastery. Yeah, it is from Medivh. So keep an eye on your Medivh player here, as he can really swing things around with these portals, and we'll see how much utility he can provide, as we're seeing FWC take the first crack, but it's McNulty getting tossed into a tower, down to half health, but of course it's a Muradin. No fear for him. Gonna get that right back up. Camp spawning. Genji holding down an aggressive bush here. He's going to see Deckard Cain. Going to throw some damage on August for now, but Garrosh is in tow right now, and Genji going to have to use his cyber agility over a wall back to mid, as both sides are working on their siege camps to try to line that up for you there. And it's Garrosh. They played aggressive in game number 1 on the enemy siege camps, and here they come once again, but Junkrat saying, no, honey, this is my camp. I have a concussion mine, but Medivh portaling in, getting some team members now, and look at this once again. Early game, stealing away siege camps are the Chicken Nuggets. McNulty in trouble, taking some arcane damage from Medivh, but will be able to get back to safety with the help of his Rhaegar. But that's a camp stolen away, and that is a tower sitting at 15% health for now. There's still 3 more pumpkin sappers pushing down the lane, and there's no one here to clear, as we have our first pause of the evening. I will head us over to my webcam scene so you guys can say hello to me once again. Voodoo, I see you in chat. How are you doing? Talyep, thank you for finally throwing the follow. Calculating up some of these votes I had. Chick-fil-A sauce, okay, I like that. Barbecue sauce, Dijon mustard, okay. No sauce from Katrina Lorian, all right. You hate to see it. Sometimes you love some sauce on your nuggies. And then as for who you guys think's going to win, 1 vote only for FWC, and then 4 votes I see here for Chicken Nuggets to take the 2-0. And yes, Recyclic, you're right. It is Medivh. All right, let me get you guys back into the game as our teams are ready. I'm going to count them back in, and we're going to... Oh my god, I just crashed. What the hell just happened? OMG. Okay. Technical difficulties. No idea why we crashed. Coming back from that pause. I'm going to see if we can get back in. Let me message. Just crashed on the way back. No idea what happened. Okay. That's a first. Big, great apologies for me. I do have an option to rejoin. It is going to let me rejoin. I don't know if they're still stuck on a pause screen or not. The experience is bug in replay where if an observer talks, it crashes the game. All 5 of us got dropped. Okay, so I can't talk. All right, so confirmation from Bobo, aka McNulty, is that if I talk while in this game, it kicks everyone. So I'm not gonna type. I instructed McNulty to count us in, and then I will do the unpause. Voodoo now saying honey mustard or bust, and that is a good pick. Another vote from Titans King for chicken nuggets as well. All right, so hanging here with teams. Looks like they're talking out, making sure everyone's here. They might want to remake. Looks like teams might be agreeing to remake. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, I think they're right. All the heroes aren't even here. It, like, deleted all the heroes on the map. All right, so I'm going to hit quit. Remake the game. Game in progress. Rejoin? No, not today. I'll send you guys back over to the cams for now. Welcome back. Again, big apologies for the delay here. Teams have agreed for a remake. I'm going to create this lobby. Get everyone in here as quickly as possible. Let's put it on standard. We don't need a draft. And oh, I'm going to be late for my double header. Might have to miss game number 1 if they can't wait up. Drunk Dwarf needs to be on the other side. Eton on the other side as well. I think that's right. August, Honest Abe, Drunk Dwarf, Eton, Houdini. Yep, looks good. Well, lesson learned. I don't know if anyone in our cast or chat told us that was an issue. Maybe I missed the memo. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Okay. We got 9 of 10 currently in lobby. Hanging tight. Thank you for your patience. One more. I think it is Flyest Raven we're waiting on. His dog demanded another walk. Oh my god. Alright, now we're seeing players here. Looks like they're ready to go. Blah, blah, blah. I'll hit ready. 6 of 10. And we're launching. We are launching. I'll throw you guys back on the game scene. Okay, so that was a 10-minute delay. It happens. Your first official, you hate to see it, moment of the game. But here we are, back in Towers of Doom, back with these same compositions. I'm not going to be typing in chat anymore. We're just going to be playing some hoots. Left side, blue team, FWC. Once again, it's Raytor on Rhaegar Krovan on Junkrat McNulty playing Muradin. Flyest Raven on Zeratul. Axon on Genji, right side. It is Honest Abe on Medivh, I remember this time. Houdini playing the Jaina. Drunk Dwarf on Garrosh. August playing Deckard Cain. And Sonya will be played by Eton.
Fight.
See if we get the same talents, and it does appear as though we see the same exact talents chosen. Just waiting on that block from Sonya that she had. I think they were joking, but yeah, Murda, what do you think? I'm not gonna type. If I type, I'm gonna cancel your game. I don't plan on canceling the game yet again, Axon. Nice try though. So we were at level 3 earlier. We're back at level 1. So redraw, and we'll see if they can protect the camp this time, because game number 1, we saw the camp stolen away by Chicken Nuggets. Game number 2, the first version of it at least, we saw another aggressive play. The portal from Medivh was enough to secure it. And I don't think that FWC is going to let them get away with that for a 3rd time tonight. So expect eyes on it. A little bit closer attention as we see this Muradin getting tossed into the towers again. We saw this in the first rendition of this game. As McNulty's in big trouble, that portal is enough to kill Muradin. So an improvement for Chicken Nuggets here in the second running of these early levels on Towers of Doom. They find a kill. The siege camps are spawning. Houdini's already over here dropping a blizzard. Now Deckard Cain going to join up with his scroll of sealing, going to do a little bit of extra damage. And, you know, it's like kind of weird because you saw it happen the first time, and I think it just worked out better for Chicken Nuggets here on the second time. So now the question is, what happens with this siege camp that FWC is leaving open? McNulty's going to look at it, make sure no one's there, calling for help from his teammates. Kroven's going to try to come over, but here come Chicken Nuggets. They're keeping a close eye on it, and you know, Zeratul up top playing solo lane, so he can't get down here right now. Genji's soaking up mid because it's pushed back. Level 4 is very close for Chicken Nuggets, and Sonya's ready to start spinning on this camp. They have 5 members here. They want to make sure that they get it 100%. So they're going to bring their whole team down and really try to dominate the bottom lane. They're giving up some XP soak, but they are going to get that siege camp yet again. This time, Pumpkin Zappers might not be able to push through, but Garrosh is going to make sure they do, and there they go, charging away. There's one already taking out the tower. There's 2 connecting on another tower, and all 6 of those Pumpkin Zappers connecting on the wall. Rage for low. Will he get killed by Medivh? No, he doesn't. He gets back to his well, gets a little bit of healing, and backing up is Chicken Nuggets. But look at the damage they've done in this bottom lane, the most important lane almost of any map in the game. This bottom lane on Towers of Doom really can make the most difference out of any other lane on any other map, at least in my opinion. And so far, so good for Chicken Nuggets, as we do see Zeratul up top. He's got that channel. Sonya's here, but going to be interrupted by Axe and Jaina waiting in this bush. Finally shows up. Eton's going to keep channeling, see who else is here, and now has eyes on Zeratul. So I don't know, taking that much damage early on the Sonya, that's trouble. And so is Jaina. Houdini gonna fall here to Genji. That's the first kill of the game for FWC. Bottom side, keep an eye on this for you because McNulty falling low. Decker Kane here still working on Zeratul along with this Sonya, and Sonya does get the cap, not interrupted by Genji. Giving up bottom was Chicken Nuggets, but they do get the top, so ends up being a favorable trade out for FWC, taking the 36-32 lead. Camp respawn in 15 seconds. Keep eyes on that for Chicken Nuggets. They've been looking for him early and often. August already holding down the bush, knowing that his team wants to be here on cooldown. 5 seconds away now. McNulty holding this middle bush on the bottom lane, looking to see if he can get a jump stun on one of these heroes, but they're too close to that fort wall that they have done 0 damage to thus far. Medivh overhead in Raven form, getting scouting on Axon, waiting in that bush. There's a concussion mine placed in it to make sure no one's going to stand there for free. But the camp is started up by Houdini and August. Once again, Garrosh going to walk close, and Medivh still providing that vision from the sky. And there is no way FWC is getting past this wall. Drunk Dwarf doing a great job making sure McNulty cannot move past. And yet another Pumpkin Sapper camp here in the bottom lane for Chicken Nuggets. A full domination spectacle thus far. There's Genji getting tossed in the wall, has deflect, and will be able to swift strike back to safety. Dropping that healing totem is Rhaegar, keeping him all full health. McNulty gonna dwarf toss out as Eton spinning away on his Sonya, making sure that McNulty can't stay sturdy inside that heal. Now we do see this siege camp has spawned once again, as well as an altar on the bottom side. 17 seconds until we see that pop up here. Sonya top lane getting some extra XP for Chicken Nuggets. They're behind a little bit, but both level 7 for both these teams. Scroll is ceiling, not locking in anything, backing up Chicken Nuggets. They're in a protective defensive spot here as the portal is dropped right on top of that shrine. That altar is there being channeled by Rhaegar. The toss was not interrupt, but that Erotic Cube does. Eton's here now on the front line working on Muradin and Rhaegar with that whirlwind falling low. Is McNulty. He's in trouble. He's got to start thinking about using his dwarf toss as an escape, which is exactly what Chicken Nuggets wants and is exactly what they're going to get. But Kroven's here with this Junkrat, able to poke it away. Now they're going to block and make room for August to channel. But on the backside is Flyest Raven getting the interrupt. Now looking for damage on Houdini along with Genji and Axon. Going to pick up a kill there. First down is Jaina looking for more now. It's Honest Abe in a spot, and take a look at his stacks. He's sitting at 20. He can't fall here. He's staying alive, but McNulty does not want to let him go. But he's going to hop in Raven form back to safety. Decker Kane also going to walk back with a little bit of armor that he gets from his talents. And another altar picked up there by FWC eSports. They're taking an 8-point lead now, and they can finally work on a siege camp of their own. I don't think that they're under much trouble this time, but Yeah, they do get it. Overall, the map's been dominated by Chicken Nuggets, but the objectives have been won at least early here by FWC. We'll see if they can keep it up. Top side, Sonya working on a camp. Flies Raven very close by, has eyes on Sonya after that spear connected to his face. Does he have the wherewithal to walk in here, make a play, or will he give it up to Sonya? This is a very interesting spot. Waiting now on the opposite side bush. Sonya spearing that as well. Knew what was up. But Flyest Raven does not want to let this go. Calling in Genji. Here he comes. Axon showing up on his mount. Showing up here for his Zeratul player. Making sure that they can get this camp. Whirlwind, though, was not enough to steal it away from Sonya. And now here's McNulty. Stormbolt connecting. And with Genji here, he might be able to know great force of will from Medivh to make sure that Sonya was not in Swift Strike range. But what is in range are these three Pumpkin Sappers crashing in on a top wall, taking some damage for the side of FWC. Garrosh is here. Throwing around some enemy heroes back to safety, and gonna wait out these altars spawning. They don't have the level 10s yet, but they are picked up for FWC as they're looking at Deckard Cain here. Is there a Stormbolt available? Yes, there is, but no follow-up there from FWC. Axon getting tossed, has deflect, able to back up with the cyber agility. Alive for now, full health, full strength for both sides, but Sonya, the only hero not quite here yet. She's about to be here, but going to be cut off here by Axon. Rotation pops, Wrath. Axon trying to throw some shuriken at her, and the fight is taking place up top here, which is giving room for Zeratul to channel, but there's a water elemental to interrupt that. Fight still here on the mid side. Eton trying to channel this on that Sonya, but McNulty's here with the Stormbolt. Going to interrupt it for now. Spearing forward. Eton trying to find damage on Muradin. Dwarf toss away from McNulty as his bottom altar is still trying to be capped by Flyest Raven. He's nowhere near this mid fight. It's Medivh who's being sent to babysit him for now. On mid, it is Kroven with the interrupts and all of his grenades that he can throw out. And he is one of the most annoying heroes to play against, finding damage on Houdini once again to make sure no one falls. And it's Medivh falling and getting his Arcane Rift reset, as that is a huge kill for FWC. Riptire thrown out, looking for Houdini, but not enough damage on him. He's alive. See if Zeratul or Genji can get in there, but they find a kill on Sonya first. Looking for more. Houdini's going to fall, but stay a while and listen. Holding him back, and Axon X-striking on top of Deckard Cain. Gets a cleanse from Rhaegar, because was stuck with that Warlord's challenge from Garrosh inside tower range, but a heads-up play by Rhaetor saving the day, saving his Genji player, and more shots for FWC. They were at an 8-point lead, but after two more altars, make it a 16-point advantage on the core damage, and really looking for a map to win. They picked this Towers of Doom map, and it's their home field. We'll see if they can make it happen and end tonight with a split. I think if we see our champions from Season 4 leave with an 0-2 tonight, there would be a lot of people surprised with that result. So they have a lot of fans here in chat, a lot of eyes on this one, to say the least. And so far so good. Almost level 13. Gonna play it out until they do capture those talents, as we do see them get them talents clicking in right now. That's the Ripper Air from Junkrat, so keep an eye on him to be jumping around, making the plays all around the map at this point. Only one altar up next. This can be way down on the bottom. A camp steal with that Talontier advantage from FWC, taking full advantage of their level 13s for now, and keeping this bottom lane even. We saw earlier it was Chicken Nuggets with the advantage, and now it is all FWC eSports with those Talontiers up on top of Chicken Nuggets. Great toss there on McNulty, but he has a Dwarf toss back to safety. Scroll of Ceiling coming out, won't lock anyone in. McNulty still looking fine, getting some of that second wind healing. Has a Stormbolt on too. Houdini's in trouble, gets Swift Strike to Palm, but stay a while and listen. That time interrupted, put on a short cooldown. Drunk Dwarf is falling low. Here's the Riptire, and I don't think Jaina had an Ice Block, but didn't bring it all the way through with Junkrat. Instead, going to throw it onto that fort, looking for a bit of damage. Axon getting tossed back, has Swift Strike back to safety once again. And, excuse me, there is a healing totem from Rhaegar. See if anyone's willing to stand in that spot, but for now it's just a vision totem, as no one's going to stand sturdy in it. Kroven falling low. another. Stay along, listen, that one is connecting. McNulty back up, putting the stun on top of Drunk Dwarf, but here comes a poly bomb, and it is enough to finish Genji off. An effective silence there from Medivh as Genji falls first, and 2 kills on the board for this game so far for Chicken Nuggets, and they finally get their second altar capture of the game, as we see the core total at 32 for FWC and just 20 for Chicken Nuggets. Camp spawning here. Once again, Chicken Nuggets playing it aggressive and looking to get right on top of it. But here comes McNulty. Genji still down for another 3 seconds. Won't be here in time. Blizzard doing a lot of damage to these pumpkin sappers. And it does appear that it will be Chicken Nuggets taking away that siege camp yet again, as the towers are now upgraded to keep stature, more XP available on the map when they go down, and it also means there is a portal at mid which will allow getting back to fights that much quicker. The next altars will be 2 up top, 1 in the bottom, a triple altar phase, and an opportunity for one of these teams to either take a huge lead or get right back in this. Houdini getting storm bolted, stunned out, but a force of will with that rejuvenating shield, able to get Houdini back up. X-Strike on top of 2. Stay long and listen, gonna get put on full cooldown. It went off, and the Riptire was enough to get a kill there on Garrosh, so no tank right now. Eton, though, is here with the Wrath on his Sonya. Axon falling, though, swift striking away from that scroll of ceiling, but Flyest Raven making it happen on the right side of this fight as he finds a kill on Decker Kane. Now no tank, no support, and FWC with this triple altar phase might be able to take an enormous lead, as Zeratul going to stay bottom. They're sending all 4 of their other members up top, and we'll see how this works out for Zeratul, but it looks like potentially a huge win right now for FWC. They have their level 16 talents. Medivh is here to potentially be channeling this right side. Genji, can he swift strike and get here in time? He does. Shuriken interrupting, so still alive there. Bottom side, Zeratul captured. Junkrat captured the other side. They're going to lose their Genji, but they got 2 shots off, putting their opponents at least at 12 core health. Stealing away another pumpkin sapper camp on the bottom side. Can look to continue their siege on this keep. And it's just Genji down for now, so they have eyes on Medivh up top. I don't know if they saw that Garrosh and Jaina were at mid, but here they are in defense. Water Elemental available. Stay a while and listen also here. See if Deckard wants to lead off with that. McNulty, though, gonna get a cleanse and a Dwarf Toss out to safety. Flyest Raven blinking in and right back out on his Zeratul. But 42 stacks for Murden, keeping his Q damage up, up, up. And of course, with Give Him the Axe, that is a considerable amount of damage that he can put out. And looking at it, Murden sitting at 32k, good enough for the second highest in the game, only beaten right now by his teammate Genji. So very aggressive by McNulty, and so far it's working out for him. Finding more on top of Garrosh right now. Putting the kills up on the board. It's Genji with 3 right now. Deaths 3 for Jaina as a portal comes on top of the siege camp, looking to get in there are the Chicken Nuggets, but they're not able to do it. Eton spearing in with the Wrath. It is Pop, I believe. No, there's the Wrath right now. Eton getting concussion mine all the way back, but a huge scroll of ceiling going to connect on 2 in a portal back to safety. Medivh saving the day along with August on that Deckard Kane, and that double support style, if you want to consider Medivh a support, is working out. But 2 altars spawning, and that is a Sonya heading back to base for now. So I don't know how many more of these altars can be afforded to be given away by Chicken Nuggets, but Kroven has a clear lock on this top left. On the right side is Eton starting the channel for Chicken Nuggets, but with Genji here, Junkrat about to be showing up. Alright, maybe Genji learned his lesson. He died last time trying to defend against that. This time saying, you know what, we have a big lead. Let's not give it away. Let's stay alive. Let's take this 1 level lead all the way to level 20 and win it that way. McNulty here in this bush, holding it down. That siege camp in 15 seconds. There is a I don't even know what that was. Oh, the Water Elemental. Sorry, that's what it was. McNulty getting harassed by that Water Elemental, and the poly bomb keeping Flyest Raven intact, but the Stay Well and Listen did not connect on Zeratul, so he lives. Genji's gonna live. McNulty's still alive, has a Dwarf Toss warp toss if he wants to get back, and a huge concussion mine and a slow on top of Garrosh. There's a rip tire. Gets the cleanses Eton back to safety, and it's Jaina who falls. I didn't even see that. Throw the T-Tors up. Flyest Raven and Axon finishing off Jaina there as she falls for the 4th time in the game. Level 16 talents finally on your screen. Sorry about that. 16 talents for the Chicken Nuggets as we see this siege camp being battled over. Garrosh is here, going to have to give it up to Muradin. 28 stacks for Medivh. Can't afford to die, but Sonya is the one who falls there. Another kill, now 9 on the board, and a level and a 3rd lead for FWC eSports. They're looking for this keep as Garrosh getting concussion mine back, gets the protect there from Medivh. That force of will has been on point throughout the game, but the siege is finally complete. And now in a position with Sonya down for 20 seconds, the altar spawning in 10 seconds, FWC can end it right here if they find both of these shrines. So keep an eye on Flyest Raven, gonna get a quick channel on the bottom side, make his way up right after. So keep an eye right now on this side, the top side, because with Sonya still dead, gonna be able to get back up here quickly. Water Elemental gonna harass Genji for now, but a lot of damage being put on Drunk Dwarf. There is the Circle of Protection and Riptire that was destroyed immediately by Houdini, but Concussion Mine puts him in a terrible spot. Is the Vorpal available to get back on top of Houdini? I don't think it is, so Houdini living for now. Circle of Healing once again, protecting against his area damage, but Houdini does fall. And it could be Drunk Dwarf next on that Garrosh. He's very low, and Groven's here with the concussion mine, splitting the team, finding the double kill is FWC eSports. And now with 2 heroes dead, they can look to start the channel, looking for damage anywhere they can. August, no mana for potions right now, and that's the last thing you want if you are a Deckard Cain and your team is defending up against the end of the game here. Good concussion mine pushing back once again. Flyest Raven blinking out, almost dying there. Gets a Q from the Rhaegar. That chain heal keeping some members alive. A kill from Sonya, still in Wrathform for so long as Flyest Raven looking for kills, but the Polybomb gonna shut him down. But finally shut down is Sonya. Finally shut down is Medivh, and I think that should be enough for a game as August, the Deckard Cain, the only one still alive. Flyest Raven looking to channel, and GG. Game number 2, and an even split here after both of our maps. It is FWC eSports taking it over Chicken Nuggets. All right, so here's your match summary. Once again, brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Before we go, of course, to shout out to my boys. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Heroes Hearth Esports. And, of course, y'all already know it's your boy crowing on the back of this jersey. NA, gonna make us proud. I have huge top faith in Heroes Hearth Esports, but this game right here was a thriller. The set, at least, outstanding. FWC pulling it out in the end on Towers of Doom. Looks like McNulty's ready for a quick interview. So I'm going to pull him in. We do have a double header this evening, so don't go anywhere. It's going to be Make 7 Up Yours up against Rush B, Division B West matchup. So keep an eye out for that. And joining me for the interview is the captain of FWC Esports. You guys might know him as Bobo, but here in the Nexus we know him as McNulty. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. We, you know, those were, I hope that they were really enjoyable games for the spectators and people watching on Twitch because they were fun to play.
Yeah, and we're going to start out talking about that Infernal Shrines core rush. I saw it coming from a mile away. Of course, I'm the eye in the sky. And you guys had the lead, at least on the keep damage. It already had some worked in. Of course, you had Axon playing on his Asmodan. And he had the demonic invasion. Did you guys think you had enough to get through the core?
I mean, absolutely. Otherwise, I would have called it. I mean, we aren't sure. Like, I think we ended the game with like 17% on their core, so it was
very close.
Close. Yeah, it was the kind of thing where I thought we won the race because Sony on the core is super strong, demonic invasion is super strong, and the keep was like way lower. Having said that, I think
and you guys had the bruiser camp.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was a lot of factors going for us, so we'll watch it back. Maybe we messed it up. Maybe we're just like a second or two slow. I mean, it was disappointing because it felt like we were playing the objective very well. Like we were fighting very well in this front, and I think they realized that they were losing the objective fights, so they just called the YOLO core rush. And
Yep.
I didn't call it back because I thought that we won the race. I looked at the keep health and I was like, oh, we're gonna win this race. We have Sonya, but it was really close. And here's the thing: like we've only played Chicken Nuggets a little bit, and they're a very good team. I think these games did show that both teams are very close. I think in skill or whatnot.
Yep.
I was hoping to 2-0 them, of course, and I think if we play that Infernal Shrines game slightly different, we win the race rather than lose it. But yeah, it was a really good set.
So, just talking about Chicken Nuggets, you mentioned you haven't had too many scrims up against him, but do you feel this is a team that can really contest for a Storm Division title? I mean, you guys are reigning heroic champs, and you have experience against most of these teams up in the Storm Division, but do you see these guys as a top contender?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. I think in a 2-game series, it's really hard to, unless a team completely destroys the other team, it's hard to discern power levels or whatever. But I think DG wheelchairs from last night and then tonight, both of these teams are good, and the competition in the top division is going to be really strong. I still think we're the best team in Storm, but by only a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Axon, appreciate the bits. Game number 2, McNulty, you wanted to bring these teams to Towers of Doom, and you guys looked a lot better there. I got to say, you took the early lead. I think you were up 16 points on the core pretty early. Of course, at the end, huge kills right before finding that Sonya, before that double altar at the end, and able to get that bottom keep. Is this just the map you guys love, or did you see something potentially in the matchup tonight to go to Towers of Doom?
Towers of Doom is my favorite map. It generally gets super exciting, outstanding games. It's very hard to just totally snowball and stuff. So it's a fun map to play. It's a fun map to watch. I think that I would like to think, at least, let me preface the comment with that game showed how good we are, and that I'd like to say in that game we kind of put them away,
Yep.
whereas game 1 was clearly incredibly even and went down to a core rush. So in my mind's eye, or whatever you want to call it, that's the team I want us to be consistently. And game 1 showed us we tried that in yesterday. We actually have been working on it a little bit. It's and it's I maybe it's just not that good.
I've been seeing them a lot. And I thought that Axon, he stacked up really fast. I mean, it's not like you were waiting for stacks. He got it up. You guys had the Johanna to help as well. For me, it seemed like it was working. It was just a matter of, really, we're splitting hairs at the end with the core rush, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, okay, so the thing that we've been working on, both yesterday, today, and the matches, obviously in scrims, as far as practicing it, is Axe and I have the chemistry where we have that down routine. We have it by minute 12, which is outstanding, But we've now asked ourselves, we've been able to stack really quickly. We've worked on that synergy of being able to do it, even when we're pressured, when teams realize they play really aggressively against us. And if we're still having so much trouble despite stacking so well, maybe Azmodan is just not good at this level of play.
Okay.
That's kind of what we've had to ask ourselves. And I'm very much looking for, tomorrow the clash begins.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe we'll find out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, and if teams don't take Azmodan, my guess will be they tried it in scrims and said, even when we do it well, it's just not that strong. And if that's the case, we're going to bail on it. If teams are drafting Azmodan, then we're probably going to keep grinding away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think next week in NGS, we're going to see a lot different of a meta, especially up here in the Storm Division.
I 100% agree. It'll be a copycat in a good way, of course.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Nobody knows what's good. We thought that was good. We lost both games with it. We went back to kind of more comfort and safe style, and we hammered the teams when we did that. So
yep.
I don't know.
All right, so before I let you go, man, I want to give you an opportunity for shout out. So McNulty, the floor is yours.
Okay, so first and foremost, so I don't forget tonight, shout out to our sponsor. We're FWC eSports. It's the free win club. There's a Discord, and we really like them. I think they rebroadcasted in the sense of, tried to advertise or tell people to watch the stream. So hopefully people from FWC are watching.
I did see that tweet. Confirmed.
Oh, cool. So big props to them. And we have a coach, Cavalier Guest, who works with us from time to time. He's the man. We really,
Great guy.
Yeah, he really is. And we think, again, maybe we haven't shown so far because our record this season is not as dominant as last season. We're 2-2 right now. Last season we were like 20-2 or so. I don't know. We had a really strong win-loss record. But we're a better team today than we are 3 months ago. And a huge part of that is Cavaliers. So we really appreciate that. Shout out to the rest of my team. I think they like hearing my interview. But it'd be nice if somebody else, wanted to get an interview for a change. Especially shout out. I want to highlight one person on the team, Raider. He's our support player. I think supports generally don't get enough credit. I think he's maybe the best player in NGS, and nobody ever talks about him as the best player in NGS. But it's
he had some outstanding cleanses there in game 2.
Yeah, so it's big props to supports of the world. And for our team. Anyway, other than that, basically I want to say thank you for casting. It's really appreciated. Yeah, I can't wait to go out and watch it because I've listened to your cast before and you're a really good caster, so I'm actually very excited.
Hey, don't flatter me. I might turn red on stream.
All right, and then lastly, shout out to the other team. We've played Chicken Nuggets a little bit before. I'm sure we'll play them again. They're a hell of a team. I think they're gonna have a very good season. We had 2 very competitive games, very good ones, and yeah, I'm predicting that they're going to be a top team. So hopefully that comes to fruition.
Awesome.
And again, lastly, shout out to NGS as a whole. The league is
Absolutely.
great. Yeah, so glad that the season was out for about a month, and I'm glad that we're getting games again. It's fun.
Here we are back in season 5. FWC putting 1 point on the board, taking a split up against Chicken Nuggets, the newcomers to NGS. McNulty, thank you so much for joining me for the interview. Pleasure as always, and looking forward to seeing how FWC does here in Season 5.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, have a good one.
All right, see ya. All right, ladies and gents, hanging out on Twitch still, I'm going to put up we'll say a 10-minute timer. I have a doubleheader. It's supposed to start at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific, but we're late here because we had a little bit of a delay. So I'm going to put up an away screen, behind the scenes reconfiguration, do a coin toss, and I'll be back here for our second matchup of the night. Once again, it's Make 7 Up Yours versus Rush B, a Division B West matchup. Don't go anywhere. There's more Murda and there's more NGS on the way.